Hi there, good morning. It's Storm Chandler. I'm in Tucson, Arizona. I'm aware of the fact that I look like crap. It's still early in the morning. I'm not put together yet. Um, if if you're new, welcome. If you've kind of seen this before, then welcome back. Thank you. Um, I'm sitting out here under my favorite tree with my coffee cup and waking up and doing my thing. I hope y'all can kind of hear this clear. For those that know and have been following, I recently was kind of put into a situation where I had to end a relationship with someone that was um, had some form of a personality disorder. And I'll kind of leave that there because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you're not a doctor and you're not qualified to, diagnose people and so on. This is, to end that one, this is all kind of based on observation and my experience, so I'm going to leave that there. In going through some of the stuff that I've been through, I've been really kind of analyzing my own sense of empathy, my own sense of place in the world, what I did wrong, what I did right, because as I move forward in this, I want to be sure that I'm holding an element of accountability for myself. And one of the things that kind of came up and crossed my mind was my own sense of empathy. Empathy can be a great thing. It's one of the best traits, qualities of humanity. It allows us to give and to receive and to hear and to feel and to be sympathetic and to connect. And, that's normally, under normal, healthy circumstances, a very good thing. And I wish we had more of it in the world. But unfortunately, with the way the world is, you have to be careful and how you dose that out. And so, and then that, this experience has been a reminder of um, learning to tread water and knowing when to and when not to. And for those that have been in, relationships that are abusive, whether it be sexual, whether it be physical, whether it be mental or emotional, or just someone with a very difficult personality style, um, it's draining on you and it takes a lot out of you and it makes you question a lot of things and it makes you question a lot of things about yourself. Um, First, I want to say publicly, I am not perfect. Um, I may be a lot of things. I may be aware, I may be intellectual, I may be, uh, smart mouthed and humorous and, a lot of other things, right? But I am no way, in way perfect. I am no way, done resolving some of my shit too, and I'm aware of that. But one of the things that I've always prided myself is my sense of empathy. And this has made me kind of question. And what I've had to remember is that it's not so much me personally, it's an understanding someone else's steps that they're going through that, you and I can't fix. It's between them, God, and a really good doctor with any luck. And these are things that we can't fix. And so, um, as frustrating, as disappointing, and as difficult it is to go through and to see and to hear, it kind of sort of needs to be said. Um, Again, I just want to clarify, I do not hate this person. I don't. I And I don't entirely pity them either, because I realize on some level now it's a choice. And their stuff that they have been through, I totally admit was like horrible, bad, abusive, traumatic, soul-breaking stuff that they went through as a kid, but it doesn't excuse what they've done with it. Now, if you bear with me for a second, I'm going to bridge this together and get to where I was going. It does not excuse someone taking their stuff and using it as a weapon, or to fire back at the world, or to fire back at other people, whether they consciously realize it or not. My big point in this that I wanted to share is that I refuse to allow myself to be broken. I refuse to allow myself to be changed. That's not to say that there are some changes that I shouldn't make, as far as, selecting who and who not to, be empathetic or sympathetic to, given a set of circumstances. And maybe I need to start learning to ask better, more forward questions, and I'll give you that. But some of these people are damaged, and for whatever the reasons, it's a maladaptive coping mechanism. And that's the way they see the world, and that's been their experience. And it's sad, and it's traumatic, and it's soul crushing for them too on some level. But don't let people with difficult personality styles, or past abuse issues, or people with trauma come into your life and take your sense of empathy, take your sense of security, take your sense of self. Because I can't speak to anybody else, but I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be jaded. I don't want to be broken. I don't want to be distrustful. I don't want to be questioning. I don't want to be insecure and anxious. I don't want to have the experience where I withdraw from the world and then I end up, seeing everybody with an evil eye. Because I'm not that way. And I want to be mindful and present, and telling you and sharing with you, despite the crap that I'm going through, I still want to be myself, and being conscious and being present and being mindful and being myself, and saying, good for you on that new job. Congratulations on that new car. Congratulations on your new baby. Congratulations for working hard and achieving a goal or a task that you worked really hard to save for, or plan for, or to pull off. Congratulations on you and your new relationship, or that new person in your life that you're enjoying. Congratulations to you for just waking up today and being here today with all of us, even though I may not know you personally. Congratulations for bringing home that new puppy and kitten from the shelter that didn't have anybody, and now it has a loved home, and that's something new to your life. Don't lose your sense of empathy. Don't lose your sense of self. It's all right to want to give and to help people, and to be sympathetic, and to be mindful, and to give an ear, and to give an eye and a heart to folks that are going through stuff. But don't forget to step back once in a while and really look at the total picture of what's going on, so that it all kind of adds up for you and makes some very reasonable sense. And don't let people change you. Don't let people change you into being something that that you're not. we're all adults. We have a fairly good sense of self. These people with these types of problems, after lots of reading, lots of phone calls, lots of talking to professional people, have helped me understand that this is just how they see the world. And they don't know of any other way right now. And that's not our fault. That's not something that we started. That's not something that we perpetuated. That's not something that we cast off onto them. And it's not up for us to fix. And we can get pulled into that, and it can really do a number in your head and your mind. It can do a real number in your heart and your soul. And as sympathetic as I am to these people's plights and their backstories and their traumas and their disappointments and their rage and their, and some of that's justifiable. But the thing is they're not able to articulate it and say it. And so it becomes a thing of where they want to take it out on the world. And I, people, us, get pulled into something that's kind of like an unhealthy addiction. I've done addiction. I totally get it. But I had to fix my addictions. And in this instance, I'm talking about, substances and chemicals. But, even a vibe for attention or sex or, things of that nature can become addictive and destructive. Don't let them take that from you. If you're just getting out of something like that, see somebody, talk to somebody, pray, meditate, do whatever it is you got to do. Exercise, jog, run, vent, but don't allow yourself to be bitter and turned over and paranoid and insecure and afraid. And I'm going through some of this stuff too. It's still very fresh. But I'm just starting to logically come to the conclusion that, it's not so much about me. There's some different decisions that I could have made different. There's some different decisions that I could have probably have made in the beginning. But it is what it is. And nothing that I say or do is going to change that. And so I'm learning how to kind of go forward, and even though I still love them, I realize until they break the cycle, until they heal themselves, that's not my job. And I hope that they find peace and happiness and get the help that they need. Just like maybe the people in your life need to, step back, or maybe you need to step back, and that's okay. And understand that there are things that we can't fix as empathetic people or sympathetic people or empathic people. Stuff that we can't fix. And so don't let people ruin you. It's alright to understand where people are coming from and have sympathy and empathy for their dramas and their traumas and their problems, but don't let it break you. And so for me, myself, that's what I've decided to do. I'm going to keep on keeping on and continue with my therapy and my counseling and learning, how to kind of get a better handle on my own sense of empathy and maybe some of my old issues that I need to revisit for good reasons, so that, I don't fall into this kind of again. But, yeah, it's a one day at a time thing. You know, I'm in some of this, I'm going through and having rehab flashbacks. You know, you are not responsible for people's trauma. You are not responsible for people's choices. You are not responsible for the way people feel, whether that be good or bad. And so I'm growing and healing too, and it's been a journey, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with y'all. Because I was thinking about it last night, and I do not want to be bitter or jaded. I do not want to retreat from the world. I do not want to stay stuck in where I am. And I just wanted to share that. I'm still kind of figuring out a little bit of where to go from here, but it's happening. It's happening. And so, oops, B. I'm gonna go ahead and tie this up and head back inside so that my neighbors don't think I'm insane talking to my phone for 20 minutes. But, yeah. You know, hold on to who and what you know you are, and allow for change, and it's okay to ask questions, but don't get stuck in it. Because there's aspects of some people that you will never understand, and, you know, all you can kind of do is focus on yourself for a little while and get help if you need it. So with that, I'm gonna leave it there. But think good thoughts and do good deeds, and just remember to, you know, ask lots of questions. And it's alright to want to help people and stuff, but keep it in perspective and check. And that's that. So, y'all take care and have a good day. And love you all. Peace.